Alright, let's get right into it. So, when it comes down to Shang's 4-2, it's kind of crazy. It's very oppressing, and you could just degrade your opponent with it. When it comes down to it, you can be +3, +4 actually, and then, throw your 10 frame low. It's basically a mid, whatever, and that has a mix-up of its own. Like, it's just guaranteed. This is going to be on Soul Eater, so all you Warlock zoning boners, I'm sorry. So you do stuff like this, right? Boom, boom, and you can do your down 4. You can do this, whatever, right? Walk up, grab if they give you your respect, blah blah blah. But some other things to throw your opponent off in Soul Eater, what I actually like to do a ton is doing this and then go into this right here. This mix up, or go into my highs. Either or, doesn't matter. The reason why it's important to do this to your opponent is because you're gonna fuck up their timing. Just how I talked about in my Scarlet video, you're just gonna fuck up their timing. So you do this, that, and then you could boom stagger it into this, or you could do boom this, boom this, and then go into the overhead. So it's like staggers with mix-ups in it. It's kind of wild. Another thing that you can do off of the second hit is what I do all the fucking time. I do two things when I stagger this one, just to fuck up their timing, whatever, right? So I do 1-2 jump kick, or a jump punch if my opponent sucks dick at anti-airing. The reason why I do that, it creates a ton of space, and if say Liu Kang would try to do his mid, I will there's so much space in between us that I will actually bypass that. He needs to be on his P's and Q's. He needs to dash up. There's a good chance he could hit me, but you have to be precise. So it's very dirty. So yeah, that's one thing. Another thing I like to do is 1-2 and then go into this right here. So 1-2 and then go into that right there. Step back, let him whiff his poke, and then boom, right there. It's a mix-up, basically. Check this out. You do 1-2. Boom, 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 grab. Alright, I'll mix you up. You could do 1-2, overhead, 1-2, savagery, go for the low, 1-2, this, go into your highs. You could do 1-2, this, 1-2, grab, and hit that and then do a grab. There's a ton of shit you can do, or you could just be safe, like boom. And then boom, you give up your turn, -6, you're safe. So there's that. You could do stuff like that and just throw your opponent off completely. Another thing I like to do is do this and then do stuff like that. This is just to be safe. I'll do this and then I'll go into my overhead. Now let's say my opponent blocks all of that, right? Let's put block all. So I'll do this and then he blocks all of that. There's just a ton of space. He could duck the last hit, but nobody ducks that last hit. Like, nobody's ducking this shit. People really don't know how to deal with this move. So, that's just one thing. And then another thing you can do, of course, boom, short hops, if they're expecting that second hit. So you can start doing this and just throw them off completely with the short hop. Another thing you can do is literally just boom and be completely safe. I'm gonna show you things to be completely safe with this. Boom, boom, boom. This, boom, boom. You could also do this, and then of course that. Another thing that you can do, just to be not on the safe side, but one thing you can do to really throw them off. This, step back, let them whiff, and then throw the overhead. Boom, they whiff, and then you go in for an overhead, just like that. So there's tons and tons and tons of things that you can do. Another thing you can do from your highs, you could actually be +1 from your highs. Let's make him block everything, right? There, and then he's gonna stand tall. Boom, 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 like right there. You saw right there it was +2. Like if you land this from far, +2, right there. It's a little tricky to do, and it's tricky to know when you do it, but that is a thing. You are +2, and then you could just fucking check them with this right here. So there's that. So they could do this, boom, grab, or you could do this, boom, boom, just completely throw your opponent off. Or you could do this, boom. The thing I like to do, I like to go into this after I stagger the first hit. The reason why I like to do that is because there's a good amount of a startup on this 14, and this is just 10. So I'll recommend you doing this, boom, and then go into your low or whatever. If anything, you could do this one, boom, step back, and then, since there's space, so just know this, when you do this, there's space in between you guys. You're -9, and you could basically force your opponent to either poke or they'll jump, and then you can anti-air them. Shang has really good anti-air, so there's that. And then not only that, there's more. I'm telling you, there's tons of shit that you can do. Another thing you do is stagger this, and then just go into your plus frames and just complete it, +6. And if they try jumping, savage or ermac lift. Fuck it, why not? So you could literally just keep fucking with your opponent off of this oppressing ass string. And not only that, you could just be completely safe, and he decides to poke at any point, boom, you get your crushing blow, counts it as a counter, and then there's that. It's a really, 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 really good string. Every Shang player abuses it. It just has great range, 17 frames. It's kind of like Katana's. I think it's for back 2. It just has that range, and you're just comfortable at doing it, especially making people whiff off of it. It just catches people. And then you add short hops, you add grabs, you add cancels, you add a mix-up possibility, you know, or even do boom that, or 1, 2, and they're expecting something for that. There's a ton of things that you can do. I would not recommend doing this, by the way. Don't do that. Or you could just boom, be completely safe off of the rain. Tons and tons of things that you can do off of this. Or if you really want to win, you can just do this, jump over, and then grab them. That, if you're trying to end a round, just do that. People fall for that shit all the time. So there's that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Holla back. Check you bastards later. Deuces.